Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sammasambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sammasambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sammasambuddhassa. Today, Mahāparinibbāna Sutta, the Buddha's last days, part 5. The Nimittopasa Katha, the Buddha's clear hands of his passing away. You know, last time the Buddha spent his last vasa in Veluva village. After the end of the vasa in Veluva village, the Buddha went to Savatthi city. Then when the Buddha was living in Jetavana monastery in Savatthi city, then, the demise of two chief disciples, Mahāparinibbāna, happened. Mahāparinibbāna. Bhante Sariputta, he stayed in Savatthi city, Jetavana monastery. Then he went to his meditation place and he entered into Arhata Samapattis. Maybe later you can show, now no need to show, okay? The Sariputta went to his meditation place in Jetavana monastery. Then he entered into Arhata Samapattis. Emerging from Samapatti, according to his determinations, then he has thoughts, a kinds of thoughts. Buddha Nukhopadhavam Prinnibbāyanti Ekasavaka Nukho. He knows the Buddha will take final Prinnibbāna after 10 months. Is it? Because of this reason. Then he also thought to himself, the Buddha will take final Prinnibbāna first, or Ekasavaka, chief disciple, will take final Prinnibbāna first. Then when he was thinking in this way, then he solved the condition. Ekasavaka, chief disciple, will take final Prinnibbāna first, before the Buddha's final Prinnibbāna. Because of this reason, then he also reflect on his remaining lifespan, how long he will be able to stay for his lifespan. Then when he reflect on his remaining lifespan, then what happened? Sattaha miwa me ayusankharo bodhati, only just 7 days left. Then after 7 days, then he will have to take his final Prinnibbāna. Then when he see his remaining lifespan for 7 days, then he also thought, Katha Prinnibbāyasabi, where should I take my final Prinnibbāna? Rahula Dawadain say Prinnibbāna. Venerable Rahula already took his final Prinnibbāna in Towering Dativarans. Rahula is still, maybe according to this explanations, Venerable Rahula took his final Prinnibbāna around maybe 50 of his age. Only just about 50. Is it? The Buddha is still alive here. Then he took his final Prinnibbāna around 50 years of his age, before taking final Prinnibbāna of Venerable Sri Buddha, Venerable Moggallana, and the Buddha. Venerable Rahula already took his final Prinnibbāna. Then Enyasi continua tiro chadanda tahi. You know, the first disciple, the earliest disciple of the Buddha, Enyasi continua. He realized Nibbana as the first person among the human beings after the Buddha. When the Buddha gave the first sermon, the Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta, then he became Sotapanna. Is it? Then later, the Buddha continued to give Anatta Lakkhana Sutta. At the end of Anatta Lakkhana Sutta, then he also became Arahanta. Among the human beings, then he is the first person who realized Nibbana. He also already took his final Parinibbāna in Chattanda Elephant's Lake near the Himanda mountain. Venerable Sariputta was thinking, Venerable Rahula also already took his final Parinibbāna in Tawarinda Devarams. Venerable Kontenya, my elder brother, also took his final Parinibbāna in Chattanda Elephant Lake near Himalaya mountain. Then where should I take my final Parinibbāna? Then when he was thinking in this way, then he also thought to himself, Masha Mada Sadhana Arandana Mada Hodwapi Buddha Dhamma Sanghesu Apasana. My mother, Rupasari Brahmani, Venerable Sariputta's mother, Sari Brahmani. Then, although that he has 7 daughters and sons, and daughters, altogether 7, all became Arahanta. Venerable Sariputta, Venerable Chonda, Upasena, Revata, and Salar, etc. Is it? The 3 younger sisters, altogether became Arahanta when the Buddha appeared in the world. Although she has 7 Arahanta, she didn't believe in the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha. She didn't believe in the Buddha's dispensation. Then whether she has the potentialities to realize Nibbana or not, the Venerable Sariputta was thinking about his mother. When he reflects on his mother's condition, then Sotapatti Megasa Upanishad Desawa, then she has potentialities to realize Sotapatti Mega. Then the Buddha continued to reflect about his mother. Kasa Desanaya Abhisamaya Bodhisattva. By lessons to whose Dhamma, where she began Sotapanna. Then when he reflected on this condition, then he also realized he will become Sotapanna after listening to my Dhamma talk. Because of this reason, then Venerable Sariputta also, many people also were criticized Venerable Sariputta. Venerable Sariputta is the greatest person in Western, in the Buddha Sasana. After the Buddha, he was the chief disciple of the Buddha. He is a leader of the Buddha's dispensation, Buddha Sasana. Because of his Dhamma talk, many billions of human beings and Deva became Arahanta. Then there are also many people who realize Sotapanna, Sakadagami, and Anagami Mega Phala because of his Dhamma talk, his teaching. Then countless people realize Nibbana. The many people also, many beings, they also became Deva after passing away. Then, because of the Venerable Sariputta's teaching, although he can have many people, but he couldn't help his own mother. Then in this way, many people will criticize me, or because of this reason, then he need to help his mother by giving the Dhamma talk. Because of this reason, then he approached the Buddha. Then he also informed his younger brother Chonda. Chonda, please ask my follower, the Bhikkhu Sanghas, to come to me, then keeping their property, keeping their things. Then they also take their bow and rope. Then they went to Venerable Sri Buddha. Then when they gathered together, then they approached the Buddha together with 500. Venerable Sri Buddha approached the Buddha together with his follower 500 bhikkhus. Then after that, he also took permission from the Buddha. How he take permission from the Buddha? Idandani Pesima Dasana Puna Agamana Nati. This is the last science to the Buddha, the science of the Buddha. Puna Agamana Nati. Then I will not return to Jetavana monastery, or I will not return to see the Buddhas again. Then he also taught final Parinibbāna, Chando, Saino, Dani, Boisami, etc. by reciting in this way. Is it? Anuchana to me Bande Bhagava, Anuchana to Sugado, Parinibbāna, Kalo, me, Osatro, Ayus and Karo. Then he also explains to the Buddha, Bande, that this is the time for me to take my final Parinibbāna. Please allow me to take final Parinibbāna. Then he requested his final Parinibbāna from the Buddha. Then after, when Venerable Sri Buddha informed about his final Parinibbāna to the Buddha, then the Buddha, the Buddha didn't say, Parinibbāhi, Sariputta, you can take your final Parinibbāna. He didn't say in this way. If he say in this way, okay, you can take your final Parinibbāna, what will happen? This is a kind of phrasings of the death. Because of this reason, other people may criticize the Buddha. That is why the Buddha didn't say, okay, you can take your final Parinibbāna. Is it? Then the Buddha also, Mahāparinibbāna, the Buddha also didn't say, okay, sorry Buddha, please postpone, don't take your final Parinibbāna yet. The Buddha also didn't prevent his taking final Parinibbāna. Why? If he prevent, then the Buddha allowed his disciple to go the round of rebirth. Water, the round of rebirth, samsara water. He also encouraged his disciples to go the round of rebirth. Then in this way, the other Mecha deity, the persons who have wronged you, may criticize the Buddha. To avoid the criticisms of the other persons, the other religions, then the Buddha didn't say, take your final Parinibbāna or don't take your final Parinibbāna. What the Buddha says? Is, okay, Katha Parinibbāyesati Sariputta, where will you take final Parinibbāna Sariputta? The Buddha only said in this book. Is it? Where will you take your final Parinibbāna? Then at that time, Venerable Sri Buddha answers the Buddha, I will take my final Parinibbāna in my birthplace in Nalaka village. Nalaka village near the Rajagaha city. And he answered in this way. Then the Buddha also allowed him, Yasa Dhani Tonsari Buddha Kalamiyati Idanipana, Te Chetaka Vatikana, Daisada Bhikkuno Tumlava. Then Yasa Dhani Kalang Kroti, Kalang Minyati, Sariputra, you know your conditions, you know your times to take final Parinibbāna, then it is very difficult to meet you, to see you because of this reason. Then before taking your final Parinibbāna, you should give your admonish to your disciple, your junior, and the Buddha encouraged Venerable Sariputra to show his final to give orders to his junior bhikkhus. Then Venerable Sariputra also understood the Buddha want me to teach, want me to give order to my junior bhikkhu by showing my psychic power. Then the Venerable Sariputra flew in the sky for about 1 ton talk, 10 trees talk first. After that, then he rescend down. He get down, then pay homage to the Buddha for 3 times. After that, he flew in the sky again, then about 2 fans tree height. In this way, finally up to 7 height of the fan tree, very high in the sky. Then by his time, he showed many different kinds of psychic power. Then he also paid homage to the Buddha for 7 times. Then at the last time, then he stood in the sky. Then he gave order to the junior bhikkhu. During this time, many people from the Savatthi city also heard about this. Then many people also gather, many people also came to the Jetavana monastery when the Venerable Sariputra was giving orders to them. Then after this, after showing his psychic power and giving his order to many people, together with Bhikkhu Sangha, then he paid homage to the Buddha. Then what will happen? Ito Bhattaya Chuti Patisandi Vatena Kismeji Thani Kamana Nama Nati. From now on, data to me then Patama Dasana, then 1 essential and 100,000 world cycles ago, Venerable Sariputra met Anoma Dasi Buddha time. Then he also make aspirations to become chief disciple. That time during the Anoma Dasi Buddha time, he also met with the Bodhisattva. Is it? Data Dome Tam Brahmadasana. This is the first science of the Buddha. He met the Buddha as the first time. But Idam Pichimadasana, this is the last science of the Buddha. Now he is meeting the Buddha as his last time. Then after that, he will never meet in the Buddha, and he will never meet with the Buddha again. Then he will not take any patisandi and any existence in the future. When he says in this way, then very great upward appear. Very great upward happens immediately. Then he paid homage to the Buddha, and he also gave, order to many Bhikkhu Sangha and the people, lay devotees. Apamada Hota Auzo, Evom Bhavino Nama Sankhara. Then he leave the monastery. Then many Bhikkhu Sangha and people since Venerable Sariputra to the gate. At the gate of Jetavana monastery, then he also asked those Bhikkhu Sangha and people to stop, to return. Then he also gave the last orders to Bhikkhu Sangha and people. Apamada Hota Auzo. Okay, also, you should be heedful, you should be mindful. Evam Bhavino Nama Sankhara, all Sankhara are in this way. This is the nature of impermanent is the impermanent nature is the nature of all sankhara, conditional phenomena. By saying this, then he encouraged all bhikkhu sanghas to stay, to return to the monastery. Then Venerable Sariputta went to his native hometown, Nalaka village, near the Rajagaha cities for 7 days. During these 7 days, then the Venerable Sariputta also stopped in many places for 7 days. Then he also gave many orders to many people. Then many people also realized Nibbana, or many are beneficiaries by listening to Venerable Sariputta's order. Then finally, at the 7 days, he reached Nalaka village. Then he also stopped near the banyan tree at the gate of Nalaka village, together with Bhikkhu Sangha. Then Kumārābhivaṃsa, Venerable Sariputta's nephew, also there. Then he approached Venerable Sariputta and then he asked Kumārābhivaṃsa, is there your grandmother, grandmother at house? Then he also answered, there is my grandmother at her house. Okay, please inform her that Venerable Sariputta is coming to your house. He wishes to stay at his birthplace together with 500 bhikkhu. Please inform her to cleanse my bathroom. Okay, bathroom. He also prepares the place for 500 bhikkhu. Then Kumārābhivaṃsa went to the Rupasari family, the Venerable Sariputta's mother. Then he also informed Venerable Sariputta is coming to the house together with 500 bhikkhu sangha. Then please, he also asks you to prepare his bathroom also for 500 bhikkhus. Then Rupasari, Venerable Sariputta's mother thought, since a long time ago, 400, the 44 was 400, 45, maybe 44 years ago, he left the house. Now he returned to my house. Maybe my son want to disrobe. What he thought is like this, is it? Kasama agato. Then he thought, my son want to disrobe. Now, because of this reason, maybe he returned to his house again. Then he also prepared his bathroom. Then he also prepares the place for 500 bhikkhus. Then they inform Venerable Sariputta and Bhikkhu Sangha. Then Venerable Sariputta and Bhikkhu Sangha reached Rupasari, his mother's house. Then Venerable Sariputta stayed in his bathroom. At that time, what happened? As soon as he reached there in his bathroom, then he feel very serious suffering in his body. Then he also vomited a lot of blood. Many cuts full of many bloods come out from his body. Then he got a lot of blood and many cuts. At that time, Venerable Sutta, his younger brother, was taking care of Venerable Sariputta. Then Rupasari, Venerable Sariputta's mother, also uncomfortable by seeing Venerable Sariputta's serious disease. Then she was standing on her room nearby, is it? Nearby. Then Venerable Sariputta was experiencing very suffering. At that time, 4 king of great the Deva from Chaturmarajika Deva ranks. Then, whereas a Venerable Sariputta, when they consider. Then they saw Venerable Sariputta was in his room. He was also suffering a lot. Then we should go and take care. We should go and give the treatment to Venerable Sariputta. Then by discussions together, then the full great king of Devas came to Venerable Sariputta. Then they also asked the Kilana Pujaka, they also asked Bande's condition. How do you feel, Bande? We wish to take care of you, something like this. Then the Venerable Sariputta answered, who are you? We are the king of Chatumarajika Deva. Oh, okay, no problem. Then there's a nurse who is taking care of me. Then you should go. Then when the Venerable Sariputta allowed them to go back, then they also went back. Then after that, Saka, the king of Tawaringa Devaran, also came to Venerable Sariputta. Then he also asked to take care of Venerable Sariputta. Venerable Sariputta also the same way answer. Then you should go back to your ranks. No need to worry. I have the bhikkhus who is taking care of me. Then after that, Brahma, many Mahabrahma also came to Venerable Sariputta. Then they also asked Venerable Sariputta. Then want to take care of Venerable Sariputta, but they also answer. When they came to Venerable Sariputta, they also, show their very brilliant, very bright body, very bright light, more and more brighter and brighter. The Venerable Sariputta mother also saw these conditions from one corner, one place. Then when they went back to their ranks, then only just Venerable Sariputta remained together with his younger brother Chonda Thera. Then Rupasari Brahmana wanted to know who are they. They came to my sense with very bright body. Then he approached Venerable Sariputta. She approached Venerable Sariputta's room. Then he met Venerable Songda first. Then Venerable Songda also informed Venerable Sariputta, mother is coming to you. Then he allowed. Then she asked Venerable Sariputta, my son, just now I saw many appearance with a very bright body. Who are they? The first time, you see 4 Deva with a bright body. They are the king of Chatumarajika Devaran. Then when he explained, then what she answered, Tada don Chatuhi Maharajihi Mandadro. My sons, are you more powerful than, more superior than those great kings or the Deva? Then the Venerable Sariputta also answer, Amagansatu Patisande Gana do Pataya Kega Hada Hodwa Areka Gansu. When the Buddha took his Patisandi in mother's wombs, since this time, those 4 great kings or Devas took care of the Buddhas, taking their weapons, their weapons in their hand. They look after the Buddha until the Buddha was born from mother's womb in this way. So sure, they are like my Aramika me, who are taking care of the monastery, who are serving the Bhikkhu Sangha in the monastery. They are like our Kapiya. Venerable Sariputta answered to his mother. Then his mother was surprised. Then, second time I also saw one person with a very bright front, brighter than the previous persons. Who is he? Then he also answered. Venerable Sariputta also answered, this is the king of Tawaringa Devaran. He is the Sika. Then she also asked, you are more superior than Saka, the king of Deva, sure I am higher than the Saka. He is like the Samnera who are carrying our boat and rope nearby. When our Buddhas, descend down from towering the Devara, get down from towering the Devara, then he also create the stair, led us to ignorance from Devara. Then he also used the umbrella to take care of the Buddha. Then he is like the Samnera of the Buddha, Samnera who are taking care of the Buddha. Then when he answered his mother, then his mother also surprised with his answer. Then the last time, I also saw many persons with a very bright body. Who are they? Then he also answered, they are 4 Mahabrahma. Then the Venerable Sri Buddha's mother has Brahmana religion. They believe in Brahma as their God or their teachers. So now you are believing in the God, believing in the Brahma as your teacher, as your creator, etc. Or they are the great Brahma from Brahma realm. Then he surprised. Then are you superiors than those great Brahma? Then he also answered, yes, I'm superior than those great Brahma. When our Buddha was born from mother's womb, and they also taught this baby carefully. Then since that time, they also look after the Bodhisattva until he became enlightened man, or he explains to his mother in this way. Then, or if my son is greater than, more powerful than Deva and Brahma, then how will be, there's no words to describe for his teacher, Buddha. Then Venerable Sri Buddha's mother, Rupasari Brahmani, have full of pity in his mind. Then Venerable Sri Buddha understood his mother's condition. Now this is the time to give the Dhamma talk to my mother. Then he also gave one talk to his mother regarding the Buddha's qualities. The qualities of the Buddha, qualities of the Dhamma, qualities of the Sangha. Itipiso, Bhagava, Arahant, Sammasambuddha, etc. Then when he gave the Buddha's quality talk to his mother, then what happened? At the end of the Venerable Sri Buddha's Dhamma Desana, then she became Sotapanna. When she became Sotapanna, what she said? Tada Ubadesa Kasama Ewa Makasi Ewa Rupana Ma Amadameshan Edkan Kalana Adasi. Oh, my son, Sariput Ubadesa, why didn't you give such kinds of tasteless Dhamma? The precious Dhammas to me since a long time ago. Why you only just give me such kinds of Dhamma now? Then he says to his sons. Then Venerable Sri Buddha also understood now she can be reliant on herself. She has her own Dhamma. Then my duty already finished. Then he asked his mother to leave from his room. Then he asked Venerable Songda, his younger brother, Chongda, what is the time? This is early in the morning. Then ask all Bhikkhu Sanghas together here. Then they are ready gathering. Then Venerable Sri Buddha, give order to them. Avuto Chatu Chada Lisanwa Wasani Maya Sati Vicharandana Yame Kaikanwa Wachatikanwa Na Rojita Kamatata also he called the followers, disciples, 500 bhikkhus. We stayed together for 45 years. During this 45 years, there may be some bodily conduct, verbal conduct that you dislike me. My bodily and verbal conduct that you dislike this you dislike. Then Kamatata outdoor, please forgive me. Then he invite, he requests, he apologized to his follower bhikkhus. Then many disciples of Venerable Sariputta also answer Arojanakannamanati Domipana Amakan Kamata. We stay 45 years together with you. We don't see any mistake, any bodily conduct, bhava conduct that we dislike to you. Domipana Amakan Kamata. Please forgive me if we have kinds of mistake toward you. And they also apologize to Venerable Sariputta. Then what happened? Then Venerable Sariputta entered into the first jhana to Nivasenya, Nasenya, jhana, Anuloma. Then Nivasenya, Nasenya to the first jhana, like the Buddha, is it? After that, he entered into the first jhana to the fourth jhana. At the end of the fourth jhana, emerging from the fourth jhana, then he taught his final Parinibbāna. This is the demise of Venerable Sariputta. Venerable Sariputta is taking Parinibbāna. Then before taking his final Parinibbāna, he also saved his mother to become Sotapanna. Then his mother also, although she has 7 Arahanta, all her son and daughter became Arahanta, but she is the Mechadeki. She does not believe in the Buddha's Sasana. She still believes Brahmana, Brahma. Brahma is their creator, the world creator, etc. Then finally, Venerable Sariputta saved her to become Sotapanna. Then, after becoming Sotapanna of his mother, Venerable Sariputta took his final Parinibbāna. Then, Venerable Sutta, they also do the Venerable Sariputta's funeral in his village. During this time, many people also join in Venerable Sariputta's funeral. A lot of crowded people. One day, there's one lady in this Nalaka village, Revati. Her name was Revati. Then she also offered, the golden pot, 3 golden pots to Venerable Sariputta's funeral. That time, many crowded people, many Deva also come. Then Deva and people together join in this funeral. Because of crowded people, the Revati go to the Venerable Sariputta's funerals to offer the golden pots. After offering, then because of crowded people, she fought and she also passed away. Then she immediately became Devi and Tawarinda Devaram with a very golden mentions. And during this funeral, she also came down together with her mentions, together with her follower. Then many people thought, what is this? The sun is getting down here, something like this. But finally, this is the Revati. Then she also explained, then I was a Revati, I just passed away here, that I offered 3 golden pots to Venerable Sariputta's funeral. Then because of this reason, I passed away accidentally. Then I became Devi in Tawarinda Devaram. This is my mention. Then she also gave, this is the benefit of offering 3 golden pots to Venerable Sariputta's funeral. Then she also encouraged many people to do a lot of kusala. After finishing Venerable Sariputta's funeral, then Venerable Sutta took Venerable Sariputta's gold robe and some requisites. Is it? And also the Venerable Sariputta's body relics. He brought those relics to Savatthi city. Then when he reached the Savatthi city, then the Buddha also asked the Bhikkhu Sanghas to build one Chetya, one pagoda with the Venerable Sariputta's relic. The Venerable Sariputta's relics Chetya in Savatthi city. After this, the Buddha went to Rajagaha cities together with many Bhikkhu Sangha. During that time, Venerable Mahāparinibbāna also took permission from the Buddha to take his final Parinibbāna. Then Venerable Mahāparinibbāna also took his final Parinibbāna in Rajagaha city. After taking his final Parinibbāna, the Buddha also arranged one pagoda with Venerable Mahāparinibbāna's relics in Rajagaha city. Rajagaha cities, okay? Then, before taking Parinibbāna of the Buddha, Venerable Sariputta also took his final Parinibbāna. Venerable Mahāparinibbāna also took his final Parinibbāna. So two chief disciples took his final Parinibbāna during the 44 Vasa or then. Is it? The 45 Vasa, the last Vasa of the Buddha. Then after that, the Buddha went to, Okajela, Wachi country, Okajela village, and Wachi country from Rajagaha country. When the Buddha was in Okajela village in Vesali country, what happened? The Buddha went to Vesali country for his alms food in the morning. After finishing his alms food, then the Buddha asked Venerable Ananda to go to, Sapala Chetiya. And during the Buddha was living in Sapala Chetiya, what happened? You can show your one, is it? Chapala Chetiya, Udena Chetiya, Ramaniya Bande with Ramaniya Ananda, Vesali, Ramaniya Ananda, Vesali, Ananda, Pleasant Ananda is Vesali. Pleasant are the shrine of Udena, Gautamaka, Satambaka, Bahula, Sarandra, and Chapala, etc. Many different Chetiya in those countries. Then the Buddha also says those places are very delightful. Then when the Buddha was in Chapala Chetiya, then the Buddha also says to Venerable Ananda, what is the Buddha's saying? Yatha Katasi Ananda, Chataro Etipada, Bhavida Bhuligata, Yanida Vodugata, Anotida, Prijita, Susumarata, so Agenkamano, Kappa Matikia, Kappa Vasisawa. Whosoever Ananda has developed, practiced, employed, strengthened, maintained, etc. Then what will happen? The four constituents of psychic powers, if he so desires, remain throughout a world period or until the end of it. This is their translations, okay? There will be different translations. What the Buddha said is, Ananda, if someone has developed 80 pada, 480 pada, the four foundations to four bases or psychic power, Chanda, desire, Virya, effort, Vimasa, wisdom, Chaita, Chanda, Virya, Chaita, consciousness, Vimasa, wisdom. These are 480 pada, the basis to psychic power. Four bases of psychic power. Chanda, Virya, Chaita, Vimasa. If someone has developed these 480 pada, skillfully, perfectly, then if they wish to live the full lifespan, kappa, ayukappa, full lifespan, or beyond the full lifespan, then it is possible to stay. Then during the Buddha time, consider as 100 years as their lifespan. Then if someone wishes to stay for 100 years or more than 100 years, it is possible to stay. If they have already developed 480 or the Buddha says to Venerable Ananda for 3 times. Is it? Although the Buddha gave this hands to Venerable Ananda, then the Venerable Ananda didn't realize what the Buddha says. Actually, the Buddha was giving hands to Venerable Ananda. Then the Buddha also says, I have developed these 480 padas skillfully, professionally, perfectly. Because of this reason, if I wish to stay for full lifespan or beyond the full lifespan, it is possible to stay for me. Although the Buddha says this word to Venerable Ananda for 3 times, Venerable Ananda didn't realize what the Buddha says. The Buddha was given the hands to the Venerable Sariputta, clear hands to Venerable Sariputta, clear signs to Venerable Sariputta. When the Buddha gave this hands to Venerable Ananda, then if Venerable Ananda realized what the Buddha says, then he can request the Buddha, Bande, please stay full lifespan, please stay beyond full lifespan, as you have developed the 480 pada. If Venerable Ananda requests the Buddhas to stay the full lifespan, 100 years or more than 100 years, then it will be possible to stay. But during the Buddha was given his hands to Venerable Ananda, what happened? The Venerable Ananda was possessed by Mara. How to possess by Mara? He didn't realize what the Buddha says. Is it? What the Buddha says, when the Buddha gave his hands to Venerable Ananda, and then Venerable Ananda was possessed by Mara, then he does not have his original mind, or he became maybe like unconscious or something like this. He only just stay without saying anything. What is the meaning? Yatha Dhammarena Priyotita Chaito. Maras can possess Venerable Ananda. Be careful. The Mara is, the Satan or the evil ones from the Pranay Vasavati Diwaran. His intention is he doesn't want, he has no desire. Everybody, he dislikes, everyone wants to escape from the wrong or suffering. He wants every people to enjoy with the sensual pleasure. As long as they are enjoying with the sensual pleasure, sure, they cannot escape from the wrong or river. They cannot realize Nibbana. That is why, those who are teaching many dhammas to realize Nibbana, to escape from the wrong or rebirth, etc., samsara, then he prevented with his power. Nowadays, there are a lot of sensual pleasure in the world. Not so many people are interested to practice to realize Nibbana or to escape from those sensual pleasure or the wrong or rebirth. Very difficult to overcome. They create a lot of sensual pleasure, or they enjoy with the sensual pleasure. When they are enjoying with the sensual pleasure, sure, they will not be able to practice to realize Nibbana, to escape from suffering. Then they are following Mara's desire, actually. Actually, with the Mara's power, many people are creating many sensual pleasure. Actually, this one, they may have they think, the America is very powerful, China is very powerful, Russia is very powerful to make a lot of things, a lot of device, a lot of sensual pleasure. Is it? Actually, they are following Mara's idea. Maybe they can create many with the existence of Mara, actually. Mara or Mara's followers. Then they enjoy with those kinds of sensual pleasure. They are not interested to practice meditation, to realize Nibbana, to escape from suffering. Then Mara likes such kinds of people. That is why such kinds of religion, such kinds of idea become more and more powerful in the world. Then our Buddhists, those who are trying to realize Nibbana, to escape from suffering, become power, the power of this power of those people become less and less. Why? The Mara is very powerful. Actually, those religions are Mara's religions usually. They're trying to encourage the people to enjoy with the sensual pleasure. Is it? They are actually the Mara's religions. Mara creates such kinds of religion. Mara is supporting them. Mara is more powerful than our Sangha. That is why sometimes Mara is very powerful in the world. If someone is meditating, they may have a kind of disturbance. Usually, Mara or Mara's followers are disturbing. Then that is when the Buddha also encouraged his disciple to stay with the meditation object, especially don't stop until you stay with the Nibbana object. When you can stay with the Nibbana objects at the time, Mara cannot disturb according to his wish. Is it? Why? When they can stay with the Nibbana objects, or maybe jhana objects, especially Nibbana object, then there's no more defilement. Then Mara cannot disturb with his power. Is it? Then otherwise, if there's a lobha, dosa, moha in their mind, then this is Mara can disturb them. Mara can make them to follow his desire with his power. Because of this reason, then must be careful with the Mara's domain. Mara is very powerful. Then here, when the Buddha was giving his hands to Venerable Ananda, I have already developed 480-pada. Because of this reason, if I wish to stay full lifespan, 100 years or more than full lifespan, more than 100 years, it would be possible to stay longer. Although the Buddha says in this way, Venerable Sri Buddha didn't increase Venerable the Buddhas to stay full of his lifespan or beyond. Is it? Then how Maharaj can possess the human's mind? If they have Vipanlasa, if they still have Vipanlasa is a perversion, is it? They are called Vipanlasa. Then Maharaj can possess their mind. How? For example, Vipanlasa is, Senya Vipanlasa, the perversion of possession. Chaita Vipanlasa, the perversions of consciousness. Deity Vipanlasa, perversion of the view, or three Vipanlasa. How is their perversions? Nature is actually all formations are impermanent, nature only. But they think this is nature, or this is the perversions in nature. Or nature is nature. Then in the same way, all are dukkha, unsatisfactory or the suffering. But they think this is sukha. Or this is also because of their perversions. Perversions. Vipanlasa. Wrong thinking like this. Wrong thinking, opposite thinking like this. Then in the same way, anatta, all are non-sub, no atta, but they think this is atta, sub. Or this is also perversion. Then another one is all are asubha only, but they think this is subha, beauty. Or this is also perversion. Opposite thinking or wrong thinking. Is it? Altogether, 4. So 4 multiplied by 3 perversions. Senya, possession, chaita, consciousness, and view, or deity, view, 3. Then 4 multiplied by 3 altogether, 12 kinds of Vipanlasa perversions. They are all Buddha have this 12 perversions. Because of this reason, the Mara can possess their mind. Is it? Their mind. If you want to escape from Mara's power, then you only just stay with the objects, good objects, for example, meditation objects, jhana objects, etc. At that time, you are free from Mara's power. They practice meditation in this way. Then finally they realized Nibbana, like Venerable Ananda. He was a Sotapanna at that time. Then what will happen? Then he destroyed some perversions, Vipallasa, but he still remained 4 perversions among the 12 perversions. What are they? You know, anicca is nature, anicca is nature, dukkha is sukha, anatta is atta, asubha is subha. 4 things. But Venerable Sri Buddha already destroyed. Venerable Sri Buddha, Venerable Ananda already destroyed. Venerable Ananda already destroyed the 8 perversions. He still remain only just 4 perversions. 4 perversions. 4 perversions is, you know, the no wrong view in the Venerable Ananda. He was Sotapanna deity. So he still have, you know, the perversions of consciousness, not perversions of wrong view, or the senya and citta only. Then also no more perversions in atta, non-self. Is it? So he may have no more perversion in impermanence also. Only dukkha, he may think, you know, dukkha, sometimes he may think this is sukha. Or this is actually asubha, but he may think this is subha, beauty. Only just this 2 things. He has. And also, you know, the senya, he may have the perversion of perception, perversion of consciousness too. 2, then only just 4 remain. Is it? Perversions of perception, senya, perversions of consciousness, citta, on dukkha, may think is sukha. Asubha, may think is subha. Then Venerable Ananda still have 4 perversions on those kinds of things. But he already destroyed 8 perversions among the 12 perversions with his Sotapanna knowledge. Because of this reason, he still have some perversion, 4 perversions. Because of this reason, Mara also can possess Venerable Ananda. How he possessed? You know, he show a kind of very fearful appearance in front of those persons. Or sometimes he make very fearful sound. Then when they see the very ugly or fearful appearance, or when they heard the very fearful and ugly sound, then they also become frightened. They become fearful. At that time, what happened? And they open their mouth. When they open their mouth, then Mara put his hands into their mouth and, you know, take their heart. Then at that time, they have their original mind. Is it? Then he possessed in this way. Then whatever the Buddha say or given Dhamma talk, but they are not interested. They don't know whatever this is. They don't penetrate. They don't realize in this way. Then if Mara want to possess on the Putojana person, he can do in this way. Remember now also, if you are not interested in meditation practice, to do kusala, then Mara is created, possessing you. Be careful, okay? Then Sotapanna, but the Venerable Ananda was Sotapanna. That is why he cannot put his hand inside the Venerable Ananda. But when he show his ugly appearance, then Venerable Ananda was also afraid of this, and at that time maybe he does not know what the Buddha said. That is why, although the Buddha give his hands to Venerable Ananda to stay full lifespan or beyond the full lifespan, 100 years or more than 100 years, but Venerable Ananda didn't know to request from the Buddha. Is it? This is the reason. What is the reason? What does the reasons mean later in this Sutta? Then when Venerable Ananda realized that the Buddha will take Parinibbāna, then at that time Venerable Ananda will request the Buddha to stay longer, not to take Parinibbāna. At that time, the Buddha will complain Venerable Ananda, I have already given hints to you. At that time, you didn't say anything. This is not my fault. This is your fault. By saying in this way, then Venerable Ananda will be able to reduce his sorrow, okay, his sadness, etc. in the future. Because of this reason, although the Buddha knows this reason, then he gave this hints to Venerable Ananda. Then, although the Buddha gave in this way the hints to Venerable Ananda, he didn't request. Finally, Venerable Ananda left from the Buddha and he sat down under the one tree near by the Buddha. This is Nimitto Bhasa Katha. Nimitto, the Buddha gave clear hints to Venerable Ananda for his passing away, but the Venerable Ananda didn't entreat the Buddha, didn't request the Buddhas to stay full lifespan or beyond full lifespan, 100 years or more than 100 years. This is the explanation of this Sutta and commentary. Then by knowing the Buddha, then may be able to try to escape from Mara's scope, Mara's domain, may be able to try to realize Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Sadhu, sadhu. Thank you, Sayadaw, for your teaching today. We do have still 4 questions from last class, so may we start with those first.
Same to me, Sayadaw.
Question 1. Someone says that in Pao Monastery, if he follows the instructions of the meditation teacher to practice until the whole course is finished, but he may not attain Maggaphala. Why is that so? And in order to attain Nibbana after finishing the course, what are the prerequisites? What are the conditions required?
What are the required conditions?
Yes, Yadaw.
This one thing, they really practice the samatha vipassana systematically, successfully in every stages or not. One thing. Okay? Some are not sure, some are not honest. This is their book, not teacher's book. One reason. Then they practice meditation, samatha and vipassana meditation, step by step, systematically according to the teacher's instructions here. Then they really attain up to, for example, Sankhārupa state in vipassana. But they couldn't realize Nibbana. There's another reason. What some Sayadaw says to me, Sayadaw says to his disciple, then practice samatha and vipassana meditation according to teachings here, systematically, successfully, step by step, up to vipassana state. When they reach up to, for example, Udayana state or the Sankhārupa state, then they are very close to Nibbana. If they have no aspirations for future, for example, like Buddha or chief disciple, Venerable Ananda, Venerable Rahula, etc., during the future Buddha's dispensation, is it? Then they can realize Nibbana in this present life. This is another reason. Although they reach up to the last stage of vipassana knowledge, but because of their expression, like the definite propensity, then they cannot realize Nibbana. I also saw some of my disciples, they reach up to Sankhārupa state, they also practice practically, systematically, successfully. But when they reach the Sankhārupa state, I asked them to try to realize Nibbana. What? They said, one day I wish to be chief disciple in the future. Sometimes they also say in this way. Then they want to stop in the vipassana state. But some, they don't have definite propensity, niyata bhadita yet. They didn't receive definite propensity from the Buddha yet. Then, although they wish to become Buddha or chief disciple in the future, but they still can change. They can still change their wishes. Or they can realize Nibbana in this present life also. Possible? There are many other reasons. Is it? Some, although they are practicing up to Vipassana state, but if their Vipassana knowledge is not mature yet, not ready to realize Nibbana yet, at the time, still need to practice to be mature in faculty. Is it? To be mature, to reach up to real Vipassana state. Then they can realize Nibbana.
Second question, Sayadaw. If this meditator, the previous question, please. If this meditator, he has enough parami. Yeah, this meditator has enough parami, but what is the reason that he cannot attain Nibbana?
Enough?
Just now the meditator who has finished the course and cannot attain Nibbana, he says that this meditator is not lacking parami, means has enough parami, but why he still cannot attain Nibbana? I think.
Just now already explained. Then if they really reach up to the highest level of Vipassana knowledge or not. If it is real Vipassana knowledge, they reach up to, for example, Udayavya state or Bhanganyana state, like the Sankalpakanyana state. The Saraji undertake, if they don't have any aspirations for the future, sure, they can realize it. If not, maybe they still not yet reached up to the highest level of Vipassana knowledge yet.
Okay, thank you, Sayadaw. Next question is, Venerable Sayadaw, is it possible to enter Upachara Samadhi and then real Vipassana just by watching the mind, like in some modern mindfulness practices again and again? It's the first part of the question. And the second part is someone practicing this just watching their perception, or is it possible they would be watching their own Vedana or Chitta khandhas? Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Brief question is a modern teachings, is it? Usually they are not complete teachings of the Buddha. That is why it is impossible to realize Nibbana by watching their mind and their will, their Chitta only. Is it? Then they should practice systematically, step by step, according to 7 stages of purification or 3 training successfully. It is the way, the only way lead to realization of Nibbana. Then, for example, Venerable Chanda, he was born together with the Bodhisattvas. Then, when the Buddha renounced the royal palace, he went to the forest to search for enlightenment. That time he also followed with the Buddha. Is it? That during the Buddha times, when the Buddha appeared, the Venerable Sri Buddha, Venerable Moggallana, many appear, and the Buddha also, the assigned as chief disciple, great disciple, etc. Is not included in there. Then he was very proud. Why he said is, okay, you only just appear now after the becoming the Buddha. Then you also use, I am chief disciple, I am Sariputta, I am Moggallana, I am chief disciple, etc. Then he also, the blame, the accused Venerable Sariputta, Venerable Moggallana, etc. Then, because of his pride, mana, then he couldn't practice meditation. He doesn't want to listen everybody's admonishment, even the Buddha. Then finally, he was given the Brahmadanda by the Sangha after the Buddha's final Parinibbāna. Even in this Sutta also will come in the future, in the later. Is it? Then Venerable Ananda, okay, whatever he says, whatever he do, okay, don't admonition, only just ignore. Then this is the Brahmadanda given the holy punishment. Holy punishment. Because of this holy punishment, he became unconscious and easy Patana monastery and Varanasi after the taken Parinibbāna of the Buddha. Then after that, he feel the sense of urgency. Somewhere he feel regret and he approached many bhikkhu here and there. Finally, what happened? Then no bhikkhu want to teach him because he is very difficult to admonish. But some Mahāthera, he requests, okay, please teach me to meditate, how to practice meditation. At the time only, he requests. Then, okay, some bhikkhu teach to practice only just, anicca and anatta. They don't teach dukkha. Anicca, dukkha, anatta, but the Mahāthera teach only just anicca, 5 khanda, 5 aggregate are impermanent, 5 aggregate are the non-suffering, but not suffering, not unsatisfactory. Why? If they teach in this way, then you have 5 khanda, then you are mega also dukkha, mega dukkha, phalan dukkha, dome, dukkha pata, bhikkhu nama, mega also dukkha, phala also dukkha. Then you are experiencing suffering because you have 5 aggregate, or he will say in this way. Why? He is very proud. Because of this reason, the bhikkhu dare not to teach dukkhas to him. Then, although he practiced meditation, that he couldn't realize Nibbāna. Why? He don't practice systematically. He may have a nama rupa pratitya jnana, analytical knowledge of mind and matter. Is it? He knows the nama rupa pramata as they really are. Then he also contemplates them as anicca and anatta only, not dukkha. This is one reason. Need to contemplate anicca, dukkha, anatta, 3 characteristics one by one alternately. But he only just contemplate 2. Another one, he contemplate the nama rupa as anicca, anatta only. But he has no piccaparika jnana, cause apprehension knowledge. He didn't practice precca. Because of this reason, then he couldn't realize Nibbāna. Sometimes he see when he contemplate as anicca or anatta, then all the nama rupa disappear, become sonya, become empty. At the time he thought, I thought this is empty, this is Nibbāna. But actually my mind couldn't escape from, cannot be free from the defilement. This may not be Nibbāna. What is the reason? I still have something to practice. Then he approached Venerable Ananda. At the time, he also requested Venerable Ananda to teach him. Then Venerable Ananda teach the Paticca. At the time, he practiced, nama rupa pratitya jnana, Paticca, cause apprehended knowledge. After that, he practiced vipassana also with the 3 characteristics alternately. Then he practiced systematically, successfully. Then he realized Nibbāna. Although he has, the nama rupa pratitya jnana, mind, vedana, they are nama only, but they don't know their cause. That means they have no piccaparika jnana. Although they contemplate those nama rupa as anicca, dukkha, anatta, it is impossible to realize Nibbāna. They only just observe mind and, feeling vedana, what it is happening, without contemplating as anicca or dukkha, anatta like this. But it is also impossible. They only just observe. But most of the things you see, they are observing the mind only. They are observing the vedana only, without contemplating as anicca, dukkha, anatta, paying attention. They are arising and perishing, or they are perishing. But that is why those teachings are not complete, not enough to realize Nibbāna. That is why many teachings then consider whether they are teachings according to the Buddha's teaching step by step successfully or not. Then by seeing this, we can also decide they have no attainment. And although they are practicing meditation diligently, that is why maybe other people may think, they have already realized, they are very practicing diligently, something like that. But actually, we can see their ubbhavaga pribhara, the practice before attainment on Nibbāna. Is it? Then if they practice systematically, successfully, step by step, according to Buddha's instruction, 7 stages of purification, Sila Samadhi Panya, 3 training. Magginga, Atta Magginga, no very complete. Then okay, they realize Nibbāna, we can believe. Otherwise, although they are saying they are teaching, we are teaching to realize Nibbana, but actually this is not enough. In this way, we can decide. Then we are learning Pitaka, Tipitaka, etc. This is the priority need this one. If someone confess, declare they have such kinds of attainment, but we can consider with this way whether they practice systematically, successfully, step by step. No. If okay, if not, no okay.
Thank you, Sayadaw. The next question.
Mandami Sayadaw, I cannot meditate to practice samatha because my body has. Because when I start to meditate, when I sit to meditate, my body will have some abnormal condition and doesn't know what is the cause. But he himself would like, she herself would like to practice samatha. Is there any other way to do that? When she practices at home, she has no teachers to guide her. If she lie down to practice, she feels very good, but very soon she will fall into sleep.
No problem. Then when you become skillful, when the five controlling faculty become balanced, then later can practice even in sitting down, lying down. Okay. Then for example, like reflect on the Buddha's quality, develop the Buddha's quality when you are lying down. In this way, become familiar and familiar. In this way, we will become skillful. Even you, for example, you dine with the reflecting on the Buddha's quality, then it will be beneficial. Then you can be reborn in good destination. Later, it will also support you to realize Nibbana quickly. Is it? Because of the conditions, even although you cannot realize Nibbana in this present life, don't worry, it will not be useless. It will be useful for the future. In this way, is it? But for realization of Nibbana, yogji and confidence in the Buddha's teaching, the Buddha is a Dhamma, then you must be happy enough head to practice meditation like this, is it? Yogji, the upper tengo, you must be happy to practice meditation. Then if someone is not happy, not enough to practice meditation, but they can still practice meditation according to their ability, then there will be also benefit. Don't worry.
Thank you, Sayadaw. Next question, Venerable Sayadaw. There are different levels of recipient. Sangha is considered one of the highest. Sangha Dana also has different levels. Bhikkhu and Bhikkhuni, Sangha headed by the Buddha, is the highest. First part of the question is Sankita Dana higher than offering Bhukkalika to bhikkhus with the mind for the Sangha? And the second part is Kuttika Dana, like the chair for the Sankita Kuti, higher or lower than Sankika?
There are different levels of recipient. Sangha is considered as one of the highest. Sangha Dana also has different levels. Okay, Bhikkhu, Bhikkhuni, Sangha, whatever, the Buddha is the highest. Number one, okay, is Sangha Dana higher than offering Bhukkalika to bhikkhus with the mind towards the Sangha? The first one question is Sangika Dana higher than offering Bhukalikas to bhikkhus with the mind towards the Sangha. To me, for example, representative bhikkhu, then he receives your offerings, your donations on behalf of the Sangha. Then they are considered your offering to the Sangha. Only one receiver. Actually, he receives your donation on behalf of Sangha. That is why you are offering to the Sangha. Consider they are the same. Okay? If you offer to the Sangha one by one, also okay, no problem. For example, like Sangha like Sangha office, you offer sentence to Sangha office, then Sangha officers will announce in the Sangha. Then this is also consider your offerings, your donations to the Sangha. The same, okay? Then number 2, this kuti dana, like the chairs for the Sangika kuti, higher or lower than Sangika. Chair for the Sangika kuti, higher or lower than Sangika. Same, is it? Yes, it's kuti dana. Kuti dana also you offer the kuti to the Sangha. Then every Sangha can stay in this kuti according to management of the monastery or Sangha, etc. Then you also consider you offer the kuti to the Sangha. The same. Is it?
Thank you, Sayadaw. Vandami Sayadaw, someone invited me and my extended family for dinner at their house. My family members bought wine as a gift for the host and said it's a gift from all of us. I was in the same car with the wine. I opened and closed the glove compartment where the wine was stored, knowing the wine was in there. Although I never touched the wine, I did give suggestions to my family on how to transport the wine and how to keep the wine cool. My question is, did I break the precept of not dealing in intoxicants? And how should I repent if I broke the precept?
Yeah, you know, they do take the 5 precepts. Go die. For example, killing Mahāparinibbāna, killing 11 beings. They keep the 11 beings by themselves. This is one thing. This is also considered as Mahāparinibbāna, breaking the precepts. Is it? Then, Taitong, but he didn't keep the 11 beings himself, but he encouraged other people to kill the 11 beings. Because of his encouragement, then the other people killed the 11 beings. This is also considered as Mahāparinibbāna, breaking precepts. Okay, but compared to these two, then he killed the 11 beings himself is maybe more serious than the other person who encouraged him. Oh, but also the breaking sila. Okay, Shimon, he didn't kill himself, but when someone is killing the 11 being, he also prays, this is good. Killing 11 being is good, etc. Then this is also considered breaking precepts. Okay? Say to, but in one family member, for example, in one family, their business killing, they like bacha, etc. And one family member is killing 11 being to sell or to do something. Then at that time, he also agreed, although he didn't say something, but he agreed with his business or killing 11 being. He is also considered breaking precepts. In the same way, the other precepts also. Is it? Then without involving such kinds of things, if someone is killing and your family member, even you should encourage them not to kill, not to take. In this way is better. Okay, although he is killing, you also ask him not to kill. Don't do this. You also not involved in this killing. You dislike. You don't agree with his killing. Then okay, although one of your family member is killing, no problem for you, because although you don't like but cannot do anything. In this way, then you can avoid breaking your precepts. In this way. Then the other, Adina, Dana, Kami, Sumecha, Jara, Sura, Musawada, Sura, Meria, also Suma.
Okay. Thank you very much, Sayadaw, for all the teaching and the questions. May you lead us in making aspirations and sharing of merits, please. Thank you.
Repeat after me to share your merits to all beings. Idame Punya,
Idame Punyan,
Asawakaya,
Asawakaya,
Wahang Hotu,
Wahang Hotu,
Idame Punya,
Idame Punyan,
Nibbanasa,
Nibbanasa,
Pechayo Hotu,
Pachayo Hotu,
Mama Punya Bhagan,
Mama Punya Bhagam,
Sabasatanam,
Sabasatanam,
Pajemi,
Pajemi,
Te Sabe,
Te Sabe,
Me Sama,
Me Saman,
Punya Bhagan,
Punya Bhagam,
Labandu,
Labandu.
Sadhu,
sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.